Hello everyone, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and in this video we're gonna do the detailed camera review of the new Moto G4 Plus. So Moto G4 Plus comes with 16 megapixel rear camera with f2.0 aperture, and there is a dual LED flash, and it also has a laser autofocus coupled with a face detection autofocus. And there is also a front facing 5 megapixel camera. Now that was a specification of the camera unit on the Moto G4 Plus, so there is an improvement over the Moto G3, which had a 13 megapixel shooter. Now let's first have a look at the camera interface. So this is the camera interface of the Moto G4 Plus. So there's a lot of things changed with the interface when compared to the G3. Now here we have the timer mode. You can set the timer, availability of flash. You can select auto on or off. Then we also have auto HDR or HDR on or HDR off. So these are the options. If we just swipe from here, we have some other options like quick capture. That's just twist your wrist to open the camera app. Then we have the location, shutter sound. In the photo size, we have the default as 4:3 aspect ratio for 16 megapixel and 16:9 for 11.9 megapixel. Then the video recording quality is Full HD 1080p at 30 fps. It can also record in 720p and 480p. There is also slow motion recording, that's 540p at 120 fps. That's a QHD format. Now here if you go to this option, you can see there are different options. One of the most important option is the professional mode. We have slow motion mode, panorama, video and photo. If you go to the professional mode, you can see different options are available here. If you just click this arrow, we have this radial kind of interface which we had on the Nokia camera app. So you can change the exposure, white balance, ISO, and a whole lot of stuff. You can also change the focus. So that was the professional mode. Then if you just click here, you also get the slow motion, panorama and video mode. So that was the camera interface. Now we also have a front facing camera that is 5 megapixel, and here again if you select, we have this professional mode. You can select the professional mode and manually control the options available in the front facing camera. That's quite good for a front facing camera. Not too many cameras offer professional mode in the front facing camera. So that's the camera options available on the Moto G4 Plus. So the interface has a lot of things improved, and you can see this circular option. So if you just want to change the focus, just click on that portion, and you can also increase the exposure value. The brightness can be increased from here. That's how you do it. So that's if you want to change the focus, just tap here the place where you want to focus, and then that will change the focus. So that's the options available in the camera. So overall the camera interface is quite good. Quite a lot of options also included. There is also manual mode which was previously not available with other Motorola phones. So the camera interface is pretty snappy as well. But one thing we notice with the camera interface is that when the device heats up after usage of around 20 to 30, 25 minutes of camera usage, the device heats up a lot, and then the camera UI lags a lot, and what happens is it does not take photos, and you have to cool the device down before we take other photos. We have noticed with our unit, we are not really sure whether this is an issue with our unit alone, but that happened a couple of times during our camera comparison as well. Now let's go to the camera samples taken with this device. So as you can see from the camera samples which were taken with this device, the camera quality looks really good. The color quality was one of the beautiful aspects about this Moto G4 Plus camera, and it's pretty spot on with the natural colors. There is no over processing. The sharpness levels are also quite good. The exposure and white balance were mostly good, and the overall clarity of the photos, if you take up other phones in this price point below the 15k price point, this is really good camera abilities. And here are some of the images taken, close-up shots we have taken, and you can see there is a bokeh effect also added for the close-up shots, and the color quality looks really beautiful on the close-up shots as well. It's one of the really good cameras which have impressed us in this price point below the 15k price point. There are the phones like Lenovo ZUK Z1, there is also Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, Honor 5X. All these phones have really good cameras, and the Moto G4 Plus really stands out with this really good camera in this price point. Now Let's have a look at some of the photos taken in low light with f2.0 aperture. The low light abilities were quite good. Again, you can see with adequate lighting the camera samples have come pretty good, and even with slightly lower lighting the images shot didn't have too much of noise. But extreme low light, obviously it is noisy, because you can't complain too much there, because this is not a high-end phone. This is a phone below the 15k price point, and for that the imaging abilities in the low light was quite acceptable. Now this phone can also record videos in Full HD, that's 1080p at 30 fps, and here's a camera sample which were taken with this rear camera, and the camera sample video sample looks quite good. The focusing is also pretty good. Overall it does autofocus pretty quickly, and the transmission is also quite good for a mid-range phone. And now talking about the front facing camera, we already talked about the interface, and this is one of the really good front facing cameras out there with great color quality and wider angle. This makes really great selfies. So if your primary objective is selfies, then this makes really good buy. So that was the camera aspects about the Moto G4 Plus. So what do we think about the Moto G4 Plus as a camera smartphone? It's one of the really good camera smartphones in this price point, and this excels in camera abilities, and Motorola has done very good work with the G4 Plus with a 16 megapixel and 5 megapixel shooter, and one of the really good cameras out there. And if your primary objective from the smartphone is camera, then this device should be one of the best, and you should be choosing this in the below 15k price point. So overall the front and rear camera combination works really well, and we definitely recommend this device for anyone looking for a great camera below 15k. So that is the detailed camera review of the Moto G4 Plus. If you have any questions, drop in a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. Hope you liked this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.